Okay, I am live. Now let me just do the shameless posting on Twitter. There it goes. Alright. Hello. Well, nobody yet, I guess. Today I'm going to do an experiment based on discussions that recently came up, in part because of the recent release of Dragon Heist, which I do not have. There has apparently been a very high demand for digital maps of the Yawning Portal. And apparently there are no official maps, as I know of, at least not in 5th edition. There is a 4th edition product called the Halls of Undermountain that is available on the DM's Guild for $15. And based on some of the reviews, it does have a digital version of the map. By the way, I might as well show it. This is the map in question. This is compliments of a Google image search. I think it's posted on Pinterest. As you can tell, it is a fold-out map that is included with the Halls of Undermountain. Why does this say I'm offline? Bear with me a second. No, it says I'm live. It's just Twitch being weird. So yeah, this is a fold-out map, and supposedly if you buy the PDF on the DM's Guild, buy the Halls of Undermountain product on the DM's Guild, it includes that digitally, but you have to buy the whole kit and caboodle for $15. So what I'm going to do, I actually have the Halls of Undermountain 4th edition, the actual fold-out map, which I'm going to use as a more accurate reference. And I'm going to try to recreate this exact map using, get ready to run away, designers, fireworks, and assets from Pro Fantasy Campaign Cartographer 3. There are some attempts to do it online. You can find digital maps that map this that actually do use the same tools. Maybe not fireworks, but close enough. I still want to give it a go and just show you how I approach things. So I'm going to take this exact map. I'm only showing you this as a point of reference. I'm actually I have 3 monitors, so I'm going to put this somewhere while I work on it. And then, I don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll try to get close. My last streaming attempt was an hour long, and I pretty much got some floors and walls down, so this may take more than one session. I'm probably going to be streaming for about an hour. Alright, so let's set this aside. And just so you're aware, as far as my tools, I do have my entire directory tree of CC3 assets, as well as I've collected a lot of assets through the years from Dungini and whatnot, so I've got more assets than I will ever need. So we start off with a grid. I'm not going to bother creating a grid. I already have one. Now, based on my counting of this map, this structure is 28 squares across, and from here to, actually I can't see what I'm doing, from here to here is 18 squares. I hope I counted that correct. So, by 18. So I'm going to create a workspace that is actually one additional square in either end, so that would be 30 by 20, which really works out nicely on the, should work out nicely on an 8.5 by 11 page. So at 100 DPI, so that's a good 3000 by 2000. And that's how big the map's going to be. Now, needless to say, we gotta expand the grid a little. Let's clean this up a bit. Get rid of that one. Shrink that down. As you can tell in the previous, from the previous streaming attempt, the nice thing I like about fireworks is that I'm very mathy and I can just type in numbers and make things happen. And nope, one more. And let's do that last one. And so we got them all. Make sure that the sizes are correct. Group, lock, and that's that. Okay. So now we have our workspace. So let me... Where did I put the map? Oh, crap. Where did I put the map? Hold on a second. That's better. Okay. Now I got something to work with. Excuse me while I move this over here. Okay. So now we're going to draw our floor. Starting from up here, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm counting off screen, bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 17. And to make the math easy, let's give it a nice darker color for now. So the first part is 1700 by 300. The math works out really easily. And we'll use the arrow keys to position it perfectly. There it is. And the next block is just a little bit bigger, so it'd be 2100 by... Well, let's just ballpark it based on the image. So that goes to about there. And then we have another piece that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About there. And this piece goes, is that correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. I did math wrong somewhere. Yes, I did math wrong somewhere. That's actually too big, and that's actually too small. Okay, so that is, oops, one too many. So that is the Yawning Portal. If you look at that, that's reasonably close. All right. So now we have our walls, our floor. Let's get the numbers right. Oops, no, that was the wrong button. So we're going to be dead on precise here. And that goes one over. So that would be 700 by 200. Okay. So we take all those, join them, and we have our floor. Actually, that's wrong. Because there is actually a lip. If you look at here, this is 3 high, not 2 high. These are uneven. So we can fix that. Let's get rid of the superfluous. That. And then we take these. So that seems about right. Now let's go ahead and give it a floor texture. And Lord knows I have floor textures. Wood's good. Pine, how big are these? These are 100 by 50. That's actually a good size. Bang. And now we have a floor. So that works out. Alright, let's do some walls. Walls, the initial setup is very tedious. It involves basically putting in a lot of numbers, math-wise. But so right now, I just flat draw, ballpark some sides. I do. Oops, that's me getting stuck on my mouse pad. Bear with me. Let's do that. And some's there. Okay, that's the outer wall, but it doesn't quite match up. So they have a room Basically, there's a whole wall the length of this. There's another room there. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another room that goes almost all the way. There's one there. There's one there. And in this area, we have actually a diagonal wall, which is, well, right now I'm just going to ballpark the area, but we'll get to that. And I think that's it. Oh, and there's some columns. There are some actual columns here. Let's shoot. How do I want to do those? 2, 4, 5. So 2, 4, 5. Let's drop one there. So down 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There's another one there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one there. From this one, 1, 2, 3, and 1. There's another one there. It's harder. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's one there, and that is a diagonal. That's actually incorrect. What did I screw up here? So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. This is incorrect. That's more like it. And then from this one we go right 5. 1, 2. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have another one there. And then we go up. 1, 2. Whoops, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4. One there. Just trust me when I'm doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one there. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one there. I think that's all of them. Well, no, there's a little tiny, there's some additional things here. Well, let's do the outer wall first. Let's get that out of the way. So, like I always do, time to get mathy. Our walls are 20 pixels thick. So the offsets are 10 by 10. So it's 190, and that's actually too long. That's better. This would be 820 by 20. I don't know if you can actually see the numbers down here. Probably not at the resolution this thing's streaming at. But I'm manually entering the coordinate numbers down here so that the math is dead on. That's 890. Let's do the inner walls. These inner walls I can hard cut. Make those at the 100 boundary. Oops, 3210 and up. 2400. Okay, there's a stairwell here, so we will get to that eventually. So this is the right side of the stairwell. Uh, 300. Okay, well, let's zoom in on this because this is going to get complicated. This is where we have a diagonal wall. So what I'm going to do first, let's get the outer walls done. And then I'll show you how to make that diagonal wall. 90. Okay. So these are as you can tell, here, that's the diagonal wall we want to create. So, how do we do that? Well, first of all, I take these two and I join them. Combine, union. And now, let's say, I think we wanted to do it like about 150. It's already positioned because it's snapped. And then, what do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? Well, we'll do this in two parts. So I want a temporary block here that will be what I move into position. And then here, I'll take this piece, cut out a corner, and then I'll use that eventually to punch. But I don't want to do that just yet, because I want to take this square first, and I want to position this where the doorway is going to be. So that's my doorway. So first things first, modify, combine, punch, and then, whoops, I missed. Oh dear. That's better. And then I join those three, combine, union, get rid of the extra pixel, that one as well, and that's it. That's to give this to give less of an impression that this wall's thinner. I can move the pixels a tiny bit, and that looks about right. Okay. Well, we still got a lot of freaking walls to do. Let me lock the floor. This is grunt work. Welcome to map making. If you don't like grunt work, map making is probably not for you. There. Because a lot of it, the thing is, I don't freehand draw, so I do everything in Fireworks. 2320. And, you know, freehand draw will get you... First of all, let's save this. I haven't saved in a while. Where do we want to put this? Oh, now you get to see all my things in progress. Okay, saved. So now I can ease off the paranoia. 17, 20, 20. Let's do this dividing wall. We'll put the doors in later. So, yes, I know doors are missing. Oops, now I want to go the other way. Okay. Let's do this outer wall. Let's do this one. I have to shrink this one a bit, so I have to bring that one to about there. So it'd be 1220 by 20. Perfect. So let's put that one in more or less the right place. Then adjust the coordinates. And this one is finally an 820. Whoops. 20 by 20. Whoops, nope. And there. Okay. So now we can take all of these. Well, mostly all of them. Minus the pillars, which I haven't done the pillars yet. I know. We'll get... Oh, shit, I missed. That's the one thing I hate. So basically I'm selecting everything except the pillars. See, now all the walls are selected. And then modify, combine, union, and wham. Everything is now one big composite path. I could get rid of some of the redundant vectors. I like to do that sometimes. It's one of those tedious things, but it does speed up the map because this is, after all, is Fireworks. So the less of a memory burden you can give it, the better. Trust me on that. This file, I don't think is going to be that complex where it's going to be an issue. But, you know, it's kind of a good practice. The less you can give the thing to think about, the better. And let's get some... I'm going to go ahead and, since I'm already at it, I'm going to get rid of all the remaining extra points. Okay, now let's give the walls... Well, no, let's finish the pillars. How big do we want these pillars? These pillars, if you look at the map... Let's bring that up again. The pillars are a bit thicker. I'd say twice as thick as a wall. That may be too much. Let's see how that looks. So twice as big as a wall would be 40 by 40. Actually, that works out fairly well. That one actually goes there. 40 by 40. Doodle, doodle, doodle. Now I want to go that. Is it there? Yes, it is there, more or less. Almost done here, folks. After this, we're going to stylize the wall, and then I'm going to draw the pit. Because I know a lot of you can really give a shit about me drawing walls, but you guys want to see the pit. Alright, fine. I get that. That's, you know, I'm new to streaming. Forgive me if I don't give you entirely what you want. This is probably just boring as hell stream. I don't know if anybody's watching, because I'm not even watching the chat window. I should be watching the chat window. I can't because I got one viewer. I don't know who you are, but welcome. I don't know the Twitch styles, and I need a reference window. That's, whoops, no. See, now so I don't know. Forgive me if I'm not perfect with Twitch etiquette. 80. I don't know if you hear my email going off in the background, so anyway. Actually, it's going to 80, going to 80. Okay, so there are all my columns. Alright, now to keep a common theme... Whoops, nope, did not want to do that. Combine them, I make everything one composite path, as you can see here. Because now, actually, I missed some points there. Trying to sneak away from me. Okay. So now we can stylize all the walls as one thing. Now, I know I have a bunch of textures, but actually for walls, the moon texture that comes with fireworks actually works out fairly well. So there's the outer wall. Let's do a basic soft rounded. Give it a bit of a grain effect. Soft edge. Okay. And now we want to give it a tiniest of glows. Nothing like that. Actually, no, that's wrong. That's a drop shadow. I don't want to give it a drop shadow yet. We give it a tiniest of glows. You'll see why. I'm getting to that. You can already see fireworks is starting to slow down. So there's a glow, and then after that, we give it the drop shadow. Actually, that wall's too thick. Okay. So now we have wall. Actually, I just realized I'm using the wrong texture. I usually do moon, but let's do mountain. I have another texture in here, which I use for walls, which I might as well use. Mountain light high, that's the one. Now, in order to give it a little sense of depth, I actually give this an inner glow. now going to be completely out of order, so I have to put this in the right order. When you start piling on effects to fireworks, it gets expensive. See, you can see a little bit of a inner effect. So we're going to do this for for 8. See, and it gives it that sense of depth. See, there. And although these will be fully dark, if all goes well, the columns actually have a soft, chewy center. Alright, whoops, I'm zooming in the wrong way. Alright. Okay. While we're at it, let's put down a floor. The grassy exterior. Just because that white irks me. And Lord knows I have grass textures, so that one will do. That might be too big. No, actually that works out. So we give it a little skew so it's not, the pattern is not that obvious. Send it to back, and there you go. Now, time to draw a pit. The Yawning Portal itself is 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, about 8 squares by 8 squares, so it's 800 by 800. So let's just ballpark it for now. And let's put this in more or less the right. Well, let's be right about it. Okay. So if you look at the map, it's about there. See, if you look at it here, the center point is between those two columns and lines up with that column. So we're lined up there, and we're about there. So let's get a little closer. Okay, so that is the portal. Now, first things first, I need to give the thing a lip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this exact same circle, make 2 copies of it, as you can see here, make one slightly larger, and then make the inner one slightly smaller. And select them 2, modify, combine, punch, and boom, we have our lip. Let's give that a little texture. Where's Moon? Moon might work for this. Yeah, okay, I suppose. Give it a little more of an edge. And, well, actually, give it drop shadow. Give it a little more pronounced drop shadow. After all, it is the highlight of the place. Alright. Now, the other thing is this. I'm not really akin to giving this deathly black sphere of annihilation look. There's actually a sort of gradient that descends into darkness, so it gives it the impression that it is an actual open pipe. So let's experiment with that. So I'm gonna copy this so there's another one on top, and I'm gonna give it a radial gradient. Let's flip that gradient inside out. Let's give it a more appropriate color, like of the surrounding wood. Actually, it should be more grayish. That's a good one. And that goes too quickly. Whoops, no, wrong one. That's opacity. Okay. If you look at the map, it's not exactly... I'm not sure what these walls are made of. I'm assuming they're stone. Or limestone, maybe? So, I suppose the color is up to interpretation. We can give it a little more red yellowish hue. Okay. And we're gonna give it, oops, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's give it grainy with transparency. And then so there's your gaping hole into the abyss. So just so these stay together, group them. One thing I like to do personally is have the walls above the grid. So move that there to that layer, lock that, and there you go. So now you have a pit into the abyss. What do I want to do now? Doors. Let's put some doors in. Before we put doors in, we have to actually cut holes in the doors. So we go back to our trusty rectangle tool, and based on this map, each door is going to be in 80 by 80 cutting block, if you will, that we again position very strategically. There's another door there, and another door there, and another one. Oops. Let's go there, more or less. Position it more accurately. The one here is going to be interesting, because this one has to be rotated, and then has to be very precisely positioned. X and Y remainders are the same, so that's actually accurate. There's one leading outside, I assume, here. And there's another one right here. Another one over here. I'm not going to worry about windows yet. Oh, there's a there's a bunch of walls that I forgot. We'll get to those. Let me finish the doors. And I think that's it as far as doors. Nope, there's one more. There's one right there. Alright. So now we take all these. Modify, combine, union, make it all one block, saves me the trouble. Unlock the walls. Modify, combine, punch, bang. And now we have doorways. Again, this tends to, whoops, forgot to lock my floor. This tends to create a lot of extra pixels where polygons join. So I usually selectively remove them just because it speeds up fireworks. Oops, missed one there. I think that's all of them. Delete. Grind, 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 and we're good. Alright. Let's go ahead and throw the doors in. Let's go to my clip art, which I'll show you here. Lord knows I got doors. Plenty of doors. If you look at the map, the doors are pretty stout. I mean, So we can do a reinforced door. Yeah, let's do a reinforced door. I mean, the thing is, the plain wooden doors, which I do have, they're kind of thin, unless I purposely make them nice fat doors. Yeah, let's see how they look. Drop that there. Obviously, that's too big. It's also on the wrong layer, so we'll fix that. This is too big, so I gotta make it modify. Oh no. Let's do. It only lets me scale to friggin' percentages? Jeez. No, it's 45, I think, because I want to make them, no, 80 pixels wide. Okay. Yeesh. You can barely see that, can't you? Alright, no, I'm gonna go reinforced doors. They're more prominent. So, if we make this, say, 80 wide and 40 tall, it's a nice fat door. That'll do. And then we start positioning our doors. Like I said, map making is tedious as hell work. It's not for everybody. You can understand why a lot of people want maps off the internet. And this would be a lot easier if I was capable of drawing worth a damn. I can't draw, like I've said many a time, I can't draw a decent square at gunpoint. So here we are, although I can do fireworks all day. God help me when fireworks stops working. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. And one more there. And, oops, no, there's a hallway door there. And now there's this door, so let's rotate that one. Oops, nope, zoom in. Is that right? That's close enough. Am I missing any? I don't think I am. I haven't done windows yet. Not gonna do windows for a while. Yeah, I think that's it. So, grab all our doors. Give them a nice drop shadow so that they're a little more prominent. That's better. Group them. Whoops. Group them just for posterity's sake, and lock them down. So now we got doors. What do I want to do next? Oh, I gotta finish some of the walls, because if you look at this map, whoops, there's a lot of shit going around here. Oh, I missed some doors here too. But all this crap. So, time to make all the side rooms. Again, tedious as shit work. So, let's... I want to select this just because it gives me the same texture when I try drawing. So there's a wall there, there's a wall there. There's some smaller columns here. I guess we'll figure out what we do with those. There's some smaller columns there. There's no wall there. Another smaller column. That's a little oversized, but I guess we'll get to that. How long have I been going? Only 40 minutes? Wow. Time flies when you're being nonsensical on Twitch, eh? So there are 3 rooms here, so let's do another one there. This is, wow, actually, I never noticed this. Yawning Portal actually has a bathroom. With curtains and everything. You think I'm kidding. There they are. Wow. And here I mock the, the lack of, bathrooms in fantasy settings. Where do I want? Oh, that's fine. Let's make these are 40 by 40, so let's make these 30 by 30 just so that they're visibly smaller. Okay. Actually, I wonder if I want to make them even thinner. We can make these a couple of points thinner. Whoops, no, wrong one. This is 20, so if I make it 14, that might actually look better. So 14 by 200, time to just move some shit into place. 3. This one's 30 by 30. $85. This is 14 by 200. Alright, no, it's 14.7, so I gotta go to 3. See? Math. 20 by 400. That's... this should actually be 410. So that it meets, it follows the standard. Actually, it doesn't have to be, because there's nothing meeting it there. 200 by 14. 93. 100. 30 by 30. I'm probably the most boring person ever, aren't I? I've been having doubts of, cases of imposter syndrome and whatnot as of late. And, I question myself as to why I'm doing this, why I'm sitting in what is effectively a dark office in Deerfield Beach, Florida, doing maps for nobody that's listening. Well, it's cheaper than therapy, I guess. Oh, I screwed up there. That's 200, sorry. So that's another 30 by 30. Yeah, like I was saying, it is cheaper than therapy. I know how that sounds, and it's totally accurate, actually. So that's another 20 by 400. These tiny dividing walls, let's go 100 by 14. That's another, let's make that full-size wall. And then this one, 14 by 100. Okay, so now we got a bunch of walls. So now we grab them all. Grab, 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 grab. Whoops, nope, missed. What if I combine? Hopefully I did this in the right order so it keeps my effect. Yes, I did. Holy hell. And there you go. So now we got proper walls. And if you look at them, actually let me zoom out. That actually looks reasonably accurate. I'm not going to worry about the fireplaces yet. Missing a couple of doors. Oh, screw it. I'll go ahead and put those doors in. Grab 80 by 80. That's about right. It doesn't have to be perfect. Copy, paste. Put that there. Combine union. Modify, combine, punch, funk. Get rid of some extra pixel. Whoops, nope, missed. I don't think I have any extra. I do have a couple of extra pixels right there. I think I got rid of all. I don't. Yeah, that's good. Now, hold on, I have to cough. Okay, now I'm just going to copy an existing door. Just grab a door. I'd unlock it so that I can actually have access to it. It already has the shadow effect on it, which is convenient. Position it appropriately. Like, let's keep the doorknobs away because after all it is a bathroom. And okay. So what do we want to do next? Stairs. Let's do stairs. Now, there are actually a couple of stairs in the Yawning Portal. There's these that go, apparently they go up, even though there's no indication that they go anywhere. These go up and these head down. Now, I actually do have a charming little group called Up and Down, which has all sorts of stairs and with big honking arrows and whatnot. Sometimes I use them. I use them more for tactical maps, but if for like actual production stuff, it just seems out of place to have this big freaking red arrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I go about creating stairs. Now, stairs is basically an effect where I take a square, paint it white, give it an edge, soft rounded, something like that. 100, 300, and for now I just create that. Oh, it still has a grain. Does it still have the grain on it? I think it still has a grain on it. Okay, so apparently I think it does still have the grain on it. It shouldn't. I don't know why it does. Yeah, it still has a grain on it. I don't want the grain. Oh, that's the, okay. My bad. Let's get rid of that grain. So let's copy the, oops, no, yeah, I grouped them. Let's copy these since I already created these. Let's copy them up here as well. I need them here also. Although they're wider. Okay. In order to avoid the step being on this, I actually sometimes offset them a bit, just so you can actually visibly see the steps. That was weird. Oh, apparently I have two of them. Okay, that was weird. So, let's ungroup these so I can add the effect to them. So first things first, I want to give them a little bit of a drop shadow to give them the a little bit. That's might be too big. So 4 there. Okay. So, and then now let's group those. In order to get rid of all this excess stuff, I group them all into an object, and I create a mask, which goes right on top of them. The mask cannot have any edge, because if not, that'll blend in as well. Position that correctly. Join them, modify, mask, group as mask, and there are the steps. And then to add effect, multiply, and voila, we have steps. So we do the exact same thing over here. Group. Let's create the mask. Uh, 350. Okay. Did I get rid of the edge? Yes, I got rid of the edge. Modify, mask, group as mask, and then multiply. Now that does kind of blur together. You don't get the sense that it is stairs. So to give the full effect, what I like to do is give it a bit of a gradient. So we do a, wow, that was dead on. So give it a linear gradient from black to black, the reduced opacity. That, you know, I usually move it around a bit. So that gives the sensation that it's going into somewhere. And then we do the exact same thing over here, except smaller. Whoops, I grabbed the... See, that's the thing about... That's the button I wanted, so we put it to there. And I like to shrink this up a bit. And there you go. This doesn't quite give the sensation that you're going up. So usually... whatever. Okay, we'll get to that. I missed another wall. The wall... There's a wall here. A thin wall that is for... There's another flight of stairs that leads down here. Modify, combine, union, funk. Lock that. Lock that. Lock that. Now, steps going down, it's basically the same thing. Actually, hold on. Whoops. Say I can take my steps, modify, mask, delete mask. So these are my original steps. Let me do some housekeeping here, because I want to group these together. And I want to group these, whoops. And I want to group these together. Notice I lock everything as I go. Where is this? What object is this? Oh, that's another door. Okay. Let's put it together with a door. So ungroup those. Door, door. Group those. I'll lock it. Lock the portal when I'm at it. Now the thing is, since these are given a sense of height due to the drop shadow, if you're descending north, that's not entirely visible. Well, it wouldn't be normally anyway. So if you turn this around, let's put this in the right place. So that is more or less where it's going. Now the thing is, the drop shadow here doesn't really mean anything because it's not visible. I do like to give it a little bit of a glow. Give it a little more pronounced glow. So, yeah, you know, it's not all that convincing, to be totally honest. So let's do that. I got a couple of extra pieces here that I don't need. I'm going to use one of these as our mask. Let's turn that off. Group, mask, modify, combine. Whoops, nope, mask. Group as mask. That did not go as intended. What the hell happened? Okay, wait a minute. I'm confused now. Okay. Apparently I didn't grab all the pieces. So now we grab all the pieces, except the mask, group them, grab the mask, modify, mask, group as mask. That's better. And then multiply. See, but that really doesn't give a sense. Now, what these maps do is, you notice the ones going straight up, they don't have any sense of shadow. They just go up straight to nothing. Whereas these have a sort of curving in, the shadow of the walls closing in around it as it descends. So we're going to try to do that. I'll Off the record, I've never actually done this before, but hey, it's worth a shot. So I'm going to take the gradient that we have here. This is our placeholder gradient, if you will. I don't know how this is going to look. So I want to give a gradient to the end. So, you know, that there is an ultimate finish to it. And then we can play around with the angle. So that looks good. So we take a copy of that, flip it horizontally. Yeah. Thing is, the edge really hard cuts, doesn't it? Hard cuts right there. So let's make it hard cut only on the top step. See, that's how anal I am. It's a 10 pixel difference on a 100 DPI map, but no, I need to get it right. Let's copy, paste, transform, flip horizontal. Do we need this one? Yeah, we kind of do. Yeah, actually that does look a little better. Copy, paste, transform, flip horizontal. I think we got it. Group those. Damn, that came out better than I thought. Alright, well, what else do we want? Windows? Do we want to do windows? There's a lot of freaking windows in this map. Let's do curtains. I'll tell you what. Screw it. Let's do the bathroom. Alright. First things first. I know we have curtains in here somewhere. I have wall features. Hey, here you go, curtains. So, let's drop some curtains in there. Whoops, no, didn't want to do that. So that is element number 1. And now we need to find a chamber pot, which I'm sure I have somewhere. Because Lord knows I have everything. Is it a chamber pot? What are these things called? If I'm sure I have one. I've seen it here somewhere and joked about whether we really needed it. Wow, I really have a lot. I have 15 different types of carpeting. I have every silverware. I have 8 different types of wells. Actually, more than 8. Okay, so it's not under decoration. Furniture, maybe? Name your couch. You want a bathtub? We have a bathtub, so we're, you know, our heart's in the right place. So I got 18 different types of chairs. You know, it's funny, I got all these different chairs, and I pretty much only use these 2. But, you know, you never know. It's good to have your options. I've got more fireplaces than I care to count. More carpets. I'm getting warmer. I remember seeing something like this. There you go. Ooh. Water closet. That might work. That's a big water closet, though. How's this look? Remember, this is 5 by 5, so basically you would fall into something about this size. So if we shrink it down a bit... Does that look water closet size to you? Maybe a little tinier. There. Okay. Can't believe I'm spending my time drawing a freaking toilet. 60 by 50 58. Give it a nice round look. Okay. Oh, I forgot I made the center wall thinner, so it looks like it's not centered. Well, let's ballpark it. Let's give it a curtain. Whoops, nope. So there's that one. Let's put that one there as well. Then we grab these two, copy, paste, rotate, move them up to here. And then we grab the whole kit and caboodle in order to give them depth. Drop shadow, wham, group, whoops, group them, and there we have our toilets. Simple enough. I don't know if I need toilets anywhere else. No, apparently those are the only toilets in the entire place, which actually works out surprisingly well. Okay, well, that save often, especially in fireworks. Okay, we're going on a little over an hour, so that was interesting. So I created a giant pit in the floor, and I created some toilets for the Yawning Portal. So progress. That only took an hour. I will do this again some more. One thing that I'm noticing, actually, from the map, I mean, this is supposed to be in the middle of Waterdeep, so it's not going to be surrounded by grass. So we're going to have to find a better texture than grass. In the original map, it's actually cobblestone. So we'll have to figure something out there. That concludes this stream for now. We'll probably do this again in the coming days. And, well, I hope somebody's watching. That'd be nice to know. Oh, I still have one viewer. I wonder if that viewer's me. That would be really depressing, wouldn't it? Whoever you are, if you are not me, I'm glad you saw this video. And, well, 327 views according to this. No, that can't be right. Well, whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next chapter, and I'll see you guys soon. How do I turn this off? Ah, here we go. See you guys.